Welcome co-researchers for another day at the research conference room at MT-JP Academy. I am Tim, and today I, Migs, and JP are going to be presenting a concept paper entitled Awareness Towards Climate Change and Global Warming Among Filipino Youth, an assessment. So, we may ask, why climate change? Why the youth of the Philippines? And why about awareness? It is simply because we want to live. The need to address climate action is one of the things even the Sustainable Developmental Goals of the United Nations is concerned about. Climate change is a change of the Earth's hydrometeorological condition that can potentially and unfortunately put our biodiversity at great risk. In an article posted on the Climate Reality Project in 2019, hurricanes are more likely to occur and become more dangerous. Severe heat waves will last longer. Wildfires will become more frequent. Climate-related migration will take place. And diseases will spread quickly. Having this said, we, as the inhabitants of this planet, are solely responsible for this terrifying happening. But are we and the next generation, as the present and future holders of our society, really aware that this is happening? Well, Harrison said that people are capable of adopting the right knowledge and mindset that would direct them into being better and successful in their field once they are sufficiently aware and knowledgeable. As someone once said, we cannot do something right unless we have the knowledge about it. By saying so, we are proposing this research to help us assess whether climate change is something most of us Filipinos have much or little knowledge about this 2021 and potentially suggest further solutions to make up for what is lacking.
There are really studies that support the assessments of Filipino youth towards climate change and global warming. According to Pandve et al., youth plays a crucial role in combating climate change. They have the power and skills to spread awareness and new habits that could contribute to the fight against climate change. Social media platforms are one of the ways to promote climate change awareness among youth. Based on the research and findings of Duran-Becerra et al., YouTube could become a potential platform for learning about awareness in climate change. Lastly, in the United Nations Development Program study, youth are interested in climate change. Almost 500,000 youth worldwide have taken action against climate change. Producing projects and making programs are some of the ways youth are participating in fighting against climate change and global warming.
Now, to the statement of the problem, or we can also say the objectives of the study. Referring to climate change and global warming, we aim to bring limelight, starting with how many are aware, then what studies are conducted, next, what the ways are implemented and its efficiency, and finally, how is it currently dealt with? With these factors, hopefully, we can fulfill the initial purpose and benefit for the final judgment when it comes to the resolution of the climate change and global warming on behalf of the country, the Philippines, in every possible aspect that will be gathered and provided through the findings and the execution of the research. But how are we going to do that? Through methodology. A descriptive approach will be utilized to make the gathered data more accurate in terms of assessing them. Cluster sampling would be applied together with a survey instrument, mainly 4-point Likert scale together with relational and correlational variables. A partnership will be made through the administration such as Sangguniang Kabataan in every local government unit in the Philippines to make a more convenient, effective, and efficient data accumulation.
The presentation's main goal is to highlight current studies and assessments made by other researchers regarding Filipino youth and climate change and global warming. According to studies, youth plays a significant role in climate change. The researchers' motivation for writing this paper is to emphasize the importance of our environment and to educate the youth about the threats that climate change and global warming pose to our country. The salient point of our paper are making sure that the youth receives enough information and knowledge about the truth about climate change. This way, the Filipino youth can comprehend and understand more about the effects of climate change on our country's different sectors. We've gathered these details through research and the use of reliable and trustworthy sources of information that support and validate what we are discovering and evaluating. We can ensure that our paper is worth reading and understanding to readers and listeners by ensuring that these data and sources are credible.
Our solution is an understatement. We do have a goal when this concept will be progressed through further, that it will not just contribute facts that will be used passively, but with a proactive follow-up and continuation to constantly find statistics and information with regards to global warming and climate change here in the Philippines. We aim to have a better days for our future generation leaders of the society, and making one of the projects like this will not just benefit them through inspiring them, but also protecting them from the possible illness of the homeland. Protection, inspiration, and action it is. Possibility and availability. A discussion with the administration from different local government units in our homeland is the goal. Unfortunately, there is no assurance that every department from the Philippines will be able to be contacted or will even accept to join the project due to various circumstances, such as their place or tool for communication. With this in mind, we aim to capitalize on the possibility and availability of the present LGUs at that moment that will hopefully still produce enough figures and statistics for the project.
The researchers would like to recommend the government, especially the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, to strengthen the fight against climate change and global warming. They could provide educational videos that DNNR could post on different social media platforms to enlighten the Filipino youth to join and fight to end climate change. The Department of Education should make some changes to its curriculum to show the effects of climate change on our environment as well as the causes of climate change. This would allow the students and Filipino youth to assess their understanding of how they can help the environment fight climate change and global warming.
Thank you for taking the time to listen. I hope this presentation opened additional windows of knowledge for you. And I am looking forward to building a healthier and cleaner earth with you.